What are the odds that I wake up this morning and see the developer post describing how on August 12th, Grafton is being remade and the rework to Grafton is going to be here? Way sooner than I ever would have thought, because something I've noticed with these last few updates is they're getting pretty quick with this. The last few updates have came way quicker than I was expecting. So by pure coincidence, on the day we're going to play Grafton, this might actually be the last time we visit Grafton. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to just continue on with what I was planned, and when the new Grafton rework comes out, I'm going to focus on that for a few days, and then I'll just pick up where I left off going through the other maps, and we'll just keep rolling with it. So, also by pure coincidence, it's sunrise, so this is just again a normal professional game, and we're going to have some fun on Grafton. Now, I was going to mention how I've talked about this before, but when I first played this game, I'd always felt like Grafton was the harder map, but I've come to realize or hear that most people say Bleasdale was the harder map, but for some reason for me, Bleasdale was just like the more comfy, secure map. Are you actually back out here? I know the breaker's back in the workshop. Alrighty, I can't take a photo of the bottle, but I'll take a photo of the EMF. Okay, so one of the reasons I always thought this map was harder was because it's so open, and I really thought it was hard to get away from the ghost, and it was just, there is like good looping, which I never realized. Also, yes, EMF 5. I always want to talk about stuff, and then the ghost just goes crazy. But I was never really used to all the hiding spots. We got one there. I know there's a hiding spot in here, which can be good, but if the ghost sees you go in here, you're kind of screwed. So I could hide back here, but I don't know how good that'll be. I could run all the way back here. Now let me see if there's a hiding spot. Yes, there is. Okay, if I need to, I can run all the way back here, and unfortunately, the breaker is not here. But I don't think this ghost is going to go too crazy. Also, I'm just going to look. No monkey paw. Now there's also another hiding spot. So, yeah, with this map, some of the hiding spots you got to run back deeper into the rooms. But we got 2 hiding spots on the first floor, and I know of a good one. If the chair is open, we can rely on that. I'll turn on this light. Let me go actually get the breaker on. I've been kind of running around. I want to get this stuff done quickly. But here, I'll get the breaker on. We know where the ghost is. There we go. Wait, I didn't hear the click. Okay, so we are getting a good amount of hiding spots here. And on the house maps, it seems like a lot more are always closed. Okay, so I have not really looked. Maria Lavender, video and photo, and then witness ghost event. I pulled up my book, and the lights were on, and then I closed and they were off. Okay, so that wasn't the breaker. Once again, I'm getting lag spikes, but I think we'll be alright. Let me, get some more main lights on, and I want to check if the hiding spot here, this is the one I'd like to use, but I don't know. It's not really, I mean, I guess it's still the same as it was before. I don't know why it feels a little different. It's just been a while since I've been here. But I do want to scan around, not necessarily for the bone. I'm going to try and lay off on that. But I'm looking for hiding spots. I'm looking for areas I can run to. So we got a room up here we can go to and hide in. I'm going to look. Just making sure everything's going good over there. Yeah, see my computer. I'm just going to keep going with it. I don't know why. My computer does good and then I start recording and things start going crazy. But I'm going to scan these last 2 rooms. I don't think my sanity has gone down a whole lot. Okay, well, was not expecting to find it, but good. Maybe we'll get a perfect game here. When it comes to perfect games, I do want to get, like, all the media and the objectives and the ghost right. So it won't always be a perfect game because you got to find the bone, but I do want to go for the media every time I can. Also, I have not found the first item, so no lockers this way. So I got one room I can run up to. I got this spot here. Alright, we don't have any hunt objectives, but we do have like photo and video, so I might have to video while we're getting hunted. Okay, yeah, still seeing breath here. I know I want to like draw my stuff on tables, but there's not really a good table here, so I'm gonna just point my light in that direction. Did I hear a window? Maybe I'm just hearing things. Alright, I'm gonna just drop my stuff here. I'm gonna maybe try and keep track of it in one spot at least. Let's go get some evidence. So this time I just grabbed my third evidence at random. I think this time we'll just talk on the spirit box, but I'm still going in with the video camera and the dots. I feel like those are a good team to start with. That was a weird spot. But okay, on here we can put it on the ceiling. So we can just cover this whole area. That's nice. I don't know why on the other maps you couldn't do it on the ceiling. Maybe that's something they're gonna have to like think about. So, you know, now that I'm looking at this light, the destroyed Grafton, I don't know how power is gonna work because the whole building's destroyed. I did see some of the stuff. There is some stuff I need to talk about with that development preview. I really just want to get into it, but since we're standing here and, you know, looking for ghost evidence, I will talk about it once I do this spirit box session. Is anyone here? Are you friendly? You want to walk towards me in this dots field? I didn't grab my headlamp again. I just get so excited. I forget things. Are you here? Are you friendly? Are you close? Are you far? Are you away? It's very dark over there. Alright. I'm going to maybe just leave that on the ground. I'm going to grab both these. I'm going to stare at this for a minute. And I did want to mention, they revealed what the other small map is, and it's a diner map, which is insane to me, because the main thing I would say is this game really needs some good maps, and I wondered how creative they could get with this game, and seeing some of the, like, work for the diner is insane. Some of that art looks really good, and it just shows how some different locations, and I mentioned this before, how like a normal house is scary. It's like, it's a diner, but it's up and running, it's in good condition, but it's gonna be haunted, and it's gonna be spooky. So, that's the kind of stuff that really shows me the potential, and, you know, I've been wanting to see things from Kinetic Games that's showing me they're really putting passion in the game again. Damn it, come on! So, it is starting to really look good again, especially now that the pace has gone up with the amount of updates. And I missed my opportunity. Didn't start recording in time. Maybe I should have the video cam. But how are we looking here? Got the ghost orbs, and then... Okay, so we got EMF 5, ghost orbs, Raiju or Obake. Oh my god. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna conclude my talking about that. I am excited for the diner map. It looks insane. I'm probably more excited about that than anything else, like even the Grafton. So, new maps, it just shows that, like, they're gonna have to do, like, some really cool maps, and I'm just really surprised that, like, a diner was something that they would do, so maybe just really unique maps could be a potential in the future. Alright, since this could be a Raiju, I'm going to back out, see if there's anything in my inventory. I'm gonna check my sanity, and then let me see about Raiju and Obake. A Raiju may have attacked me. We are, oh god, 48. Now we're getting pretty low. So, UV, or it would have been dots, and we didn't see the dots in there for a good amount. So, UV. I'm gonna get UV in there. Maybe we'll get a photo. We're not gonna have to worry about anything else. We already have dots in there, so maybe I'll just get something to protect me. And I don't know. We'll get a crucifix in there in case this ghost wants to hunt. Now I could start doing Onryo tests, but I don't want to like risk a hunt. Breaker. Also, maybe I will take one sanity. I'm at like 50. My sanity is probably not going to stay up that long. I want to turn the breaker back on and spend a little bit of time in there to potentially get a video or something. We got one event, but of course I didn't have enough time. But we got to do some work here. I'm going to plant this in the middle. I didn't grab my headlamp again. I just keep forgetting about it. Every game I use it. Okay, UV. It is Obake. I felt like we may have been attacked by a Raiju if it was going to be a Raiju. Okay, I'm not worried about getting hunted then. Going to very quickly maybe get a photo of that. Man, they make that hard. You gotta sit there for a minute and let that charge. Got a fingerprint. We can go for a footprint later too if we want to. Let me go back. I'll grab my smudge for safety, but I don't think we're gonna get hunted. I'm gonna turn on the breaker again. So I'm just gonna like sit in here and try and get media. I'm not worried about the ghost type right now. I mean, we know what it is, but I'm not worried about like it killing me like a Raiju now. So I'm not gonna like turn off. I mean, I could turn off the dots, but I'll just leave it on for atmosphere. Alright, so I guess I'll hold both the cameras again, video and photo. So it was Maria Lavender. Maria, can you give me a sign? I'm gonna actually hold and record now in case something happens. We gotta get video of the ghost. Now, I don't exactly know what the cursed item was. It wasn't the mirror. Was it the music box over here? No. Oh, wait a minute. Your ghost orb was a little out of your room. Did you move rooms? I think you did. It's actually really useful that you can use ghost orbs to see if the ghost has changed the rooms. So yeah, you've moved over here now. Is this light on or not? It's really dark. Is it supposed to be this dark down here? Oh yeah, there is a light. See, I gotta remember how Grafton is even though we're about to lose it. Yeah, I gotta remember to really sink in Grafton here. I hope we get a ghost in the living room, because that's a room I really never have a ghost and never really get to hang out in. Alright, maybe I'll go for a photo. Maria, are you here? I want to look. What cursed item am I not thinking of? Oh, I didn't really look for the... Here, I gotta grab my light. Alright, we're going on a adventure here. I guess my inventory's full. Alright, I'm leaving that. I gotta find this cursed item. I'm trying to remember. It's not the monkey paw. I didn't really look for the Ouija board. Maybe it was back here and I just didn't actually look for it. Yeah, I probably would have seen it. I think the Ouija board goes there. I know the monkey paw was in there. We didn't see it. There wasn't a summoning circle. What am I missing here? The tarot cards. Where are the tarot cards spawn? Oh, do they spawn like over here? Actually, no. Oh. They're actually in the ghost room. So I didn't... Yep, they're right here. No, they were in the room the whole time. I forget the tarot cards are right there. I did end up remembering all the locations though, didn't I? Alright. So you've moved over here. I'm gonna try and remember these two things are here. Okay. I'm gonna step outside now. At least we got that taken care of, and I actually still had the slot for it, so I'm glad we didn't waste that by not having room for it. Okay, progress is being made. We just need to get a video now. Still need to get a lot more video, and then the sounds. So let's bring in some stuff to record video with, and maybe in the process we'll get the ghost to appear. We might try the voodoo doll. We've had a lot of, not voodoo doll, the tarot cards. We've had a lot of good games, so maybe to try and film the ghost, I will use the tarot cards and get a ghost event. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna try and do everything else first. So maybe we'll leave that video for now. Gonna get the sound, motion sensor, and then this, of course. So I guess that's actually a pretty good setup, is just to go in with the candle whenever you go in with the sound, because then that's, again, as I mentioned before, two things you can record. I'm going to get the lights back on all around here. I'd like to film. Still didn't grab my head cam. I'm going to start filming. And then I'll just put this here. Maybe we'll start filming this angle. Alright, Maria, can you give me a sign? I took sanity again, but she seems to be draining it quickly, so... And also, we are dealing with an Onryo, so I'm going to have to pay attention to the blowouts. Grab the candle, or the crucifix, and just go ahead and put that on top. Let me look for ghost orbs again. Yep, still in here. Turn off the night vision. Maria, please, give us a sign. I wonder if there's a better spot for that motion sensor. There's both of them. No video of a ghost. Maria, are you here? Maybe we should switch to the sound. I think I am gonna have to leave. Damn it. Alright, well there's a duplicate. Alright, I'll get rid of that. Let's pick up the sound. I'm gonna relight this. Yeah, maybe go for another Onryo blowout. I gotta be careful, because it can blow out the lighter in my hand as well. Maria, are you here? I'm glad I don't have to worry about the camera, the video, or the photo camera. Gonna look, and we need 2 more. Maria, give us a sign. You're going over here. You want to say something to me? I could smudge, maybe get a little more activity. If she goes through the motions that... Okay, well at least she's smudged. Was that the fire extinguish? Yes, okay, I did record it like at the end. I guess you have a good amount of time to record that. I'm gonna hold the record again. So this time you're smudged, Maria. Actually, I kind of want to. Maria, do you want to show yourself? Give us a sign. So did I record? Oops. Ghost orbs, we did not get that object thrown when I was talking about the developer log. Okay. I guess, here, I've made my mind. We are going to try and use the tarot cards at the end. Here, it's in my hand. Okay. Sounds good. What is the... Oh, I'm going to get the salt in here. I don't need the photo of the footprints anymore, but I could record the salt. But since we're kind of on a roll here with the sound recorder, I'm just gonna keep listening. You're over here, aren't you? Maria, talk to me. Give us a sign. Oh, you know what? I do remember telling myself that if you turn out the lights, things are supposed to get more active. Maria, can you give us a sign? If I do one more... Thank you. If I do one more candle, we're probably gonna get hunted. There. And also, speaking of getting hunted, our sanity is probably going down from that last event. So, I'm gonna grab the video cam. Here's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna back out again. Drop that. Let's go get some smudges. And I guess I'm gonna have to move that crucifix. But here, grab the headlamp. Get some smudges in here for my own safety. Do I really need anything else? Just need the photo. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna try and use the tarot cards. No, I have 2 smudges. Should I go in with 1 more crucifix? It's not gonna help me against a cursed hunt. So I'm gonna go in there with smudges and see what happens here. Since we're using the tarot cards, I guess I'm gonna get the light back on. Should I use my headlamp for this? I mean, if I have the main lights on, I guess it's not really gonna matter. Alright, 2 smudge sticks. I'm gonna have to actually... I don't know where I should put these for safety. I'm gonna just put them here, maybe. And I'm gonna try and, like, smudge over here and then grab another smudge, run upstairs. But, I'm gonna need the camera, smudge, and the tarot cards. Alright, it has been long enough since we've used these things. Yeah, I knew it. She was just teasing me. Okay, let's use these things. I was like, really? Are you gonna give it to me? But no way. Okay, a little bit of sanity back. And it's gone. So, let me think. There is a bit of a delay. I am actually going to be able to switch right to my smudge if I need to. Yeah, if I hit Q, I go right to my smudge. Alright, next one. Wheel of Fortune again. Please don't hunt me while I'm doing this just from... Alright, now Tower... I don't even remember what Tower is supposed to do, but I did know. Tower doesn't really do much, but it's... I think it's supposed to, like, double activity? I think Tower is just supposed to increase activity, but... Okay, maybe the tarot cards will give me what I need. Oh my god. Maybe... You are right on top of the crucifix, right? So I'm gonna leave that. Okay, oops, going the wrong way. We still need one more thing to film though. So what can I film? I already have the ghost, thankfully. So maybe the tower card did help out. What? Why did I let this happen? The first one was an event, and I looked at the door and it was open, and then of course I looked at the door and it slowly closes. This is awesome though. Oh, this is so cool. I've never hid behind these tables. Furniture, like they literally did an update about hiding behind furniture. Like that is a mechanic in the game, hiding behind any furniture you can find. And I've just never really thought to try and use areas like this, and sometimes that's what happens, is you get caught off guard. Okay, well there's one hunt. I still need to get maybe salt, and we'll get a perfect game here because I did get the bone. So I might take sanity. I'll put sanity, well let's see. I'm gonna take enough sanity to go maybe just above hunt range. I'm gonna try and film the, Alright, oh god, well I'll just take the last two then. Let's try and film the salt and just get out of here. Okay, so interesting first game here. Oh god. I know we're having lag spikes. I gotta do like a deep clean of my computer. I need to maybe mess around with settings again, but everything runs fine sometimes and sometimes it's terrible, so either way. Oh, I really should have put that a little closer. But here, I gotta just make sure we do the last thing here. I want to get the credit for a perfect game. There are so many salt. How are you not gone through something here? I don't want to let go of this. There it is. Okay. And then we just get everything else. But it doesn't matter. The book is full. Okay. Interesting first game. So the first room was technically there, and then it moved over here, which even on professional, usually the ghost doesn't change a room that often on professional, but I guess it can still happen. Alright, let's head back to the stats screen. So we didn't get the Obake hunt from blowing it out daily, and yeah, so we do get a bit more from that perfect, so it's nice to get a perfect whenever. It's gonna be easier on the small maps. Alright, heading into the next one. So yeah, when I start one of these videos, it's kind of hard for me to remember everything I want to talk about, but yeah, that developer preview was really cool. I didn't see every single little thing, and I tend to forget stuff, but they're also gonna do the Grafton preview, which unfortunately I'm not gonna be a part of, but the way I do it is, since, you know, I don't get any early access, not that I'm like trying to. Can I please get a moment to talk about something? I want to be able to talk and play the game, but god. So, I'm going to just avoid all footage of it. So now that I'm, you know, trying to make videos on the game, I'm going to avoid all the footage I can and just play the game when it comes out for everyone. And I want to record my first interactions of everything. When there's a new map, I want to record my first reactions and everything. So that's why I'm going to avoid all the footage. So, but if you want to watch all that stuff, go right ahead. Watch all of it, enjoy it. But I'm going to be avoiding everything I can from seeing the any kind of footage or anything. Like I'll look at some of the previews and stuff, but I end up forgetting it anyway. But yeah, I will be playing it for the first time the same day everyone else is on August 12th, and I'm going to be recording my initial reactions, and I'm going to be doing that for everything, for the diner, for everything coming forward. So now that I've explained that, we found the ghost. Speaking of rooms I've never really had, usually if I get a ghost around here, it's in this room. It's not in this room. Now, I did not look for the breaker again. Can the breaker be in here? I think it can. I think it's sometimes over there, right? I don't even remember. But let's leave the room for a minute. Kind of explore the rest of the house. We're probably going to get hunted because I'm in the dark. It's, you know, Grafton's second floor isn't too big, is it? So, I never really thought about it that way. Okay, we can come in here and hide. Not the greatest if the ghost sees me go in here, but maybe we'll actually just rely on the first floor. Yeah, see, the chair has been moved, so that's not a hiding spot. Alright, oop. I had already turned that one on. So let's leave that one on. Thought the ghost had thrown something down here. I'm gonna go to where I think the breaker is. Once again, I just don't look for the breaker, but it's alright because I know where they are. Okay, we can run all the way back here if we need to. So since It wasn't in the second floor. I guess it's gonna be all the way back here. Now, I need to be looking. No mirror, no box, and no cards. So maybe there was no summoning circle up there. I need to look for the monkey paw, and I'll go back here where the breaker is, and at least I hope the breaker's back here. Also, let me look. Yeah, see, this is actually more of a proper spot now. This is how it actually is when you can come back here and hide. So if we need to, we can go in here. I'm gonna take a detour. We should be going to the breaker, but I want to look and see. No monkey paw. If we find the bone, we find the bone. No hiding spot. Nothing back here. I remember when I first played this game, that was one of the first rooms I ever got a ghost in at Grafton. I can remember the ghost messing with the teddy bear and stuff back there. This is also another room I never really have had a ghost in Grafton. It was in here. And old Ouija board. There's a hiding spot. This is like a hiding spot, but it's kind of a half one. I don't know if there like could be more sometimes, but I think that's all I'm gonna get. If we need to use the Ouija board, we will. So what hiding spot am I gonna use? I guess I could just run all the way back there to that one. Or if we're lucky at this one. This is the one I always tend to use on Grafton and even Bleasdale. Alright, I guess we'll be running there because that's easy enough to get to from upstairs. Alright, ghost. I wonder if I've drained my sanity enough to just be in your bad graces. Oh, that was the fan. Oh no. You roaming out here? Alright, well, we'll get the easy picture. This ghost seems a little roamy. I did see my breath pretty quickly. Yeah, and it's still in here. Oh, and that could be a easy, you know, through the wall interaction. You're probably in here, but just messing with stuff through the wall. Alright, once again, I'm gonna just drop my stuff on the floor. Alright, drop this here. No, I don't have my headlamp. I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna grab my headlamp again. I just gotta remember to grab that with my initial equipment. Otherwise, just remember to grab it in general. Alright, since we had it so cold in there, I guess that's weird. Because I'm used to Bleasdale. There's a light switch for down here, and then this light switch for up here. I'm gonna get in the thermometer along with this. So also, if I can put this on the ceiling, I really want to do this more often, because that's definitely the way to do it. Yeah, don't... Not... If you're gonna do that, at least do it when I can get something out of it. Okay, that's freezing. We don't need to see the symbol to know that's freezing. Demon doesn't seem like demon. Let's do a quick check for ghost orbs. So, who is this? Gregory? And there's the event, 3 unique photos and then 2 sounds. So, Gregory, are you here? Gregory, why are you here and not at the Pizzaplex? Have you just done nothing? Can you give us a sign? Kinda wish we had ghost orbs to confirm, but I'm seeing my breath, and it is freezing. I need to start using that tripod more. Could it be Goryo? No. Curiosity for some reason. What are you doing over here? If you're gonna do it, could you do it again? Let me record it. Hello? Is anyone here? Oh, breath is in here. Maybe you like this room now. There's no ghost orbs, though. There is that mannequin still up there. I wish the ghost could teleport that mannequin. It might it might be able. Dude, I was recording, but you gotta get close. There's a translucent ghost in the dark corner. Okay, maybe you like this room. I was hoping we'd get a slightly different room than normal, but I guess we're not. You were touching the breakers out. I can tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop my stuff. I'm glad I just left when I did. I was gonna grab my stuff and hit the breaker, but we are getting hunted. Let me listen for speed. Seems normal. It did hunt when I left. if my sanity is really low, that could have been a shade hunt. Because I wasn't in the same room as it. I'm actually going to leave after this and check my sanity, maybe bring in more equipment, and then hit the breaker on the way back. We also definitely need to get some sanity. Okay, just under 50, so it's not shade. So far, there's maybe Hantu because it was so cold. Not a Revenant. Alright, we'll just rule out some others. I kind of want to rule out Mimic because we're not seeing Ghost Orb. Okay, so let's just go in. Also, sanity. I'll take one sanity pill, take the book, and just take all these. Is there anything else? I guess not. I brought in the temperature, the thermometer. Alright, I'm gonna go in with evidence. I'm gonna use my headlamp and I guess the glow stick to run back there and hit the breaker. Now everything, yeah, after a hunt everything would be off anyway. I thought maybe I had... God, you were really out here. I thought maybe I'd turn that one back off instead of on. Either way, I need to hit the breaker. I do really enjoy this map, but sometimes, like, I mean, this happens with any map. When you have a ghost in a certain room, the rest of the building or the rest of the map kind of becomes pointless, or it's just not pointless, it's just you never really visit it. Like right now, we have the ghost up there, and then here's my hiding spot, so like, having to go all the way back there for the breaker seems kind of like a tangent. But I do love this map, and, you know, in a way I don't like that they're getting rid of the old maps, but at the same time, these were always like placeholder maps anyway, and them being kind of remastered into like what they fully can be is way better than kind of sticking with it. It would be cool if there eventually there was like a legacy option, or if you got into like a certain prestige you could like unlock old maps to visit, but I don't know. Sometimes it's better to just let go of the old stuff, because I mean this is cool, but the new map is going to function so much more. Like that's how I feel about Bleasdale, is I really don't miss the old Bleasdale because I just want to play the new one so much more. Alright, here's the breath in here. Any fingerprints? There was a locker in here I could have used. Alright, we have the light in here at least. I'm going to try and move everything over to... Are you hunting? What? Was that a door way out here? It really sucks that this guy is making so many rooms cold. I already filmed the ghost, so wait, can I film a shadow ghost as well? I think I can. Yeah, translucent shadow. Let's get all the ghosts we can. What is your actual room, though? I'm gonna drop all my stuff at the door here, so that way we can work in either room. But I don't know what actual room is his favorite. This was super cold, but usually you can determine by which one's colder. So yeah, this is up to 6. What is this guy doing? Try and keep my sanity. And hit the light. How are we doing? Still need more photos. Could try this. Okay. I'm wanting to focus on evidence. Are you here? Oops. Are you here? Are you friendly? This is your mattress. This is where you died. In this old, quote-unquote, attic. Is anyone here? Do you want to throw the book? What was your name again? Gregory, right? Gregory. Give us a sign. Okay, and the... Whatever, we got spirit box. Had to get in my ear for it, too. Onryo, again? Twins mimic? Could be twins, because there's been some really wide range of activity. It could be twins. Although the hunting speed seemed normal. If it's normal, could it be mimic? But I'm not seeing ghost orbs. Alright, this is a bit more of a demanding professional game. So, you throw the caulk for me. We've touched all of them in here. Gregory, give us a sign. I guess I'm just gonna stick with being in the dark in hopes of more activity. I can still run if the hunt doesn't start from in here. Okay, so what are we looking at? Could be writing. UV. Did we get EMF 5 at the very beginning again, and I just missed it? No, I'm thinking about the last game. Maybe I don't even know. See, this is bad. Okay, cool. We did somehow record that. But when I walked in here, can I get that? Did I already do Mr. 4? I don't think so. Okay, I know this is crazy. This is what happens when I try and talk about things and play the game at the same time. Did I get EMF 5 at the very beginning? EMF 5 would be twins. I gotta look for EMF 5 again. When I was sitting here talking, did I get an EMF 5? I'm pretty sure I did. Did I get a photo of the EMF reader either? Yeah. That was out by the fan. Okay. We can take a moment here. This is what happens. This is why I didn't like Grafton as much. Because the rooms are so big. Okay, so if I'm at about hunt range, this would be the speed of a moron. I wish I remembered, because I was so at the beginning of the game I was being stubborn and I wanted to just talk about what I wanted to talk about instead of the ghost distracting me. Because every time I go into this damn game and I want to talk about something, the ghost immediately starts distracting me. So maybe I need to save the conversations for larger maps. Hey, could be Onryo, could be twins. I just need to figure out this last evidence and quick. Breaker is out again. I'm not a fan of ghosts that like turning out the breaker. Look, I'm gonna drop my flashlight here. Maybe I'll bring back more stuff to like record and maybe take a photo. I don't know. I'm gonna take sanity. We need to get this last evidence. So it just sucks because maybe I got EMF 5 at the beginning, maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm getting the last ghost mixed up with this one. But alright, we'll get sound recorder. I'm gonna take sanity. I'm actually just gonna take sanity like crazy. I'd still almost all sanity. Take the other book. Take the sound recorder and something to maybe film. If it's an Onryo though, we're gonna get screwed. Whatever. I'm gonna go with it just so I can film the candle and do the audio for it. Now, I'm just gonna go turn on the breaker because I do not want it to be dark down here. I want to have some lights on maybe. So I'm just gonna go straight to this breaker. So sometimes on professional, it can be hard to get this last evidence. But since we'll have the two really nice books, we'll have the books covering it. I really have this weird feeling that I got EMF 5, but I don't know if I'm just forgetting that. Also, I mean, I could get dots in there. I need to have the dots book in there. The dots projecting books, dots, please, write in this. Where are you? I don't even know if that's a photo I can take. Are you still going? Are you still going? Yeah. There he is. There goes my sanity as well. So yes, shadow duplicate. Alright, there's one. I thought I had gotten a shadow, but what? I thought I'd go for it. Thought I'd get a photo of the mist. Okay, books are in here. Can I at least get that on? Okay, it was glitching from the electricity. Can we slow down? Okay, thank you though. I'm gonna get this light on. Maybe regenerate my sprint. What do I have now? Can I film that? Okay, that's still counted. Okay, let's slow down. Videos are done now. Somehow. So just drop the video. Pick up the photo. I can't see anything. What is going on? Is that the EMF 5? No. EMF 3. EMF 5 can be like the hardest one to actually get. I need to get salt in here. Can it even be UV? Would be for mimic, but I don't think it's gonna be mimic. We had spirit box. Yeah, I put spirit box in. Yeah, I'm starting to think it was the EMF 5, and I screwed myself by not actually thinking about it, but I want to be able to learn how to talk and play the game at the same time, so it's like I gotta compromise on one. I do think we got the EMF 5 though. If it was Moroi, I don't know though, because twins would have different speed. This seems like an Onryo. Maybe we could just try and get an Onryo hunt. I'm gonna go for it. Don't you throw your caulk at me. Alright. Yes, I do have my lighter. I'm gonna try and... There was a sound right on top of me. Okay, I didn't get the audio for the fire extinguish. There was an audio right on top of me. Is anyone here? Gregory, do you want to give me a sign? As soon as I started using this thing, he was giving me sounds and events. Onryos are supposed to blow out candles more. I mean, by process of elimination, we have not seen the ghost orbs. I'm gonna pick up the, maybe if I can. But there have been no ghost orbs. This is not a mimic, and every hunt has been the same. I think this is an Onryo or a Moroi, and every time I've been hunted, it's been like normal speed. But by the speed, I think it's just an Onryo. But Onryo would be what? Onryo would be Ghost Orb. Right, Mimic would be UV. I was thinking Ghost Orb. Yeah, Mimic would have Ghost Orb anyway. Would it be Dots Projector? No, it's not even gonna be Dots Projector. Okay, maybe it's a Moroi that's just not writing. It hasn't thrown the book yet. Oh, can I get that? Let's just see if we can figure out if it's a Onryo, because there's 2 blowouts of the candle. On this 3rd blowout, it should hunt. So I'm gonna have to get the crucifix in here. I'm gonna have to get something to take a photo of. Okay. I think I'm probably just at normal hunt range, like 50 or so. It's the same speed. It's not twins. This is normal speed. So something I need to remember is, when the ghost hunts, it's gonna have the same sound every time. Though if I was really good at the game, I'd start paying attention to the actual sounds during a hunt and just kind of remember that every time there's a hunt, it's gonna be that sound. That's actually a big thing to remember. So we have these sounds, right? Yeah, so we don't need the recorder anyway. We need 2 more photos. Got all that done. Now, remind me. Yeah, I guess I never ran into the bone, which is fine. I'm not gonna worry about it. So let's check sanity. And I need to get a photo. 2 photos, really. So, what can I rely on photos if I don't have... This says ghost forms, burned crucifix, and writing. Well, I'm not getting writing. It's supposed to be ghost orb, but I don't know, it's not Onryo. There's no ghost orbs. It has to be twins, but I just never... If it's twins, how is it... Like, with the twins, one's supposed to be slower, one's supposed to be faster, but... Oh boy. Alright, well, what I need to do anyway is get a photo of a burned crucifix. So I'm gonna get the 2 crucifixes in there, and maybe just keep lowering my sanity, and see if it's a Moroi. And... I don't know. I don't know. The only thing that, like, I can't rule out is EMF 5. Should try and get the salt in there for UV, but it's not going to be UV because there's no ghost orbs. There's no UV, there's no ghost orbs. It's either writing, and it just hasn't written, or it's EMF 5. Now, I don't know if this is... Well, it's actually not bad. But I can't tell if the book's been written in or not. So I'm gonna run in there, plant these, and just hope that I can find 2 photos. I don't really know. This boot. I know burn crucifix, but if I can't get all the other stuff, like UV... Dude, you're a shadow again. I can't take another photo of a shadow ghost. Alright. I'm gonna just lose everything. Alrighty. Once again, I cannot tell what room you actually prefer. This is where I need tier 3. Well, look, even the crucifixes. Okay. Maybe this is. Oh, well. Okay. Let me just keep working. Photo cam. I dropped it out here. I'm gonna just try and stop running. Somehow I got lucky with this. Now, it is not thrown either of the books. This is great. When I'm professional, you cannot figure it out. So, if I can't find the bone, don't have UV, I'm gonna have to just take another photo of the ghost. Or just go find the bone. When there's been like so many ghost events where that have been shadow, but thank you. Okay, I'm gonna continue to drain my sanity. I'm gonna try and go for another hunt. Now we're getting some interactions that are really far apart. You know, I'm complaining about how he's in 2 rooms. Well, maybe it is the twins and he's just interacting with stuff really far away. I'm gonna sit in this corner, look at all my stamps, and now we're gonna go see if he's faster, because my sanity should be pretty low. This is probably just EMF 5, and I'm getting really bad luck with EMF 5, but these are the 2, man. This is the scenario. These are the 2 evidence that are like the hardest to get. Sometimes writing just never happens, and sometimes EMF 5 never happens. Maybe it's a... It is so hard to tell. With twins, I'm not gonna rule out anything. With twins, I could be wrong, but one's supposed to be slower, one's supposed to be faster, or maybe sometimes, maybe that's the ability that it's either faster or slower. But with all these hunts, I'm looking for like the fast twin. If I hear the fast twin, I'll know for sure. But I'm gonna continue going down to 0 sanity. If I go to 0 sanity and it's not super fast, there's the EMF 5. Okay, so it is twins. And yes, I do really think at the beginning there I got the EMF 5 and forgot to put it down. Okay, though, it still led for a good game, and at least I had to like work for it. So there's the EMF 5. I don't need anything else here. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and leave. Right, we don't need anything else. I'm not gonna go for the bone. Let's just go for this. This is what I'll call a perfect game, at least a thorough game. Alright, we're gonna head out of here if he'll let me. Yeah, okay. I had a little bit of a thought there that we got EMF 5 again. Didn't that happen in the first game, though? We got EMF 5? I know it's hard for me to remember something that just happened 5 minutes ago, but like I said, when I go in here wanting to talk about, like, the updates or something that's going on, sometimes I forget to pay attention to the game. Alright, Tier 3 salt and the thermometer. I was wondering when we were going to unlock something. So I'll tell you what. Oops, let's not do this again. Hit next. I should have looked at the stats, but oh well. We have 20,000. I don't know about thermometer. Well, thermometer's only 3,000. We'll get it. And then UV light. I'm tempted to maybe go for that UV light because the charge might be better. But maybe when we have the money. But for sure, I'm going to go for the salt. And we're going to keep the rest of the money just for safety. Alright. I've been using the Tier 2 video camera. I like kind of experimenting. Well, I really do prefer the Tier 2 video camera and the Tier 2 photo cam. Just because they're less bulky. But let's get the salt and the Tier 3 in there, and let's head into one more game at Grafton. Alright, so this is going to be my last game at Grafton. Because after this, we're going to keep going on with the other maps, like I said. And then when the new Grafton comes out, we're going to focus on that for a little bit. But, just a normal night. Very fitting. But I'm going to go in here and try and be really immersed. Let's just take a deep breath and enjoy Grafton. What's that? Is a Slender Man out there? Slender Star? Why is there one star out there I can see? It's creepy. Is Slender Man out there? Can he be out there on these maps? He can be out there on Bleasdale, can he? I don't know. I'm getting distracted. Either way, I want to get in here. Just enjoy every little thing. I can find. How long is it going to take me to find the ghost this time, though? Is it music box? I was hoping to take a minute to find the cursed item, too. Let's listen. Is anyone here? Let's move on. Check for the hiding spot. Alright, we got it. I'm gonna stay in the dark a little bit. Give the ghost a chance to do something. Maybe we'll drain some sanity, get some activity early on. No hiding spot back here. I'm also gonna hold my mic open so the ghost can hear me talking right now. Is anyone here? I'm gonna actually look. Harold, right. Paramic, 3 videos, and then photo. Harold, are you here? You know, speaking of other rooms that I don't always get, is like this back bathroom. I wonder if this bathroom counts as its own room. I think one time I've had the ghost in here. But usually the bathrooms, like on Tanglewood, the bathroom is connected to another room. So I don't know if the bathroom's connected to this room or the backwards man or whatever. No hiding spot. Well, maybe this is technically a hiding spot. Some hiding spots look like this, and then when they're actual, like, full-on hiding spots, they have the more stuff that spawns. Alright, hitting the breaker. One thing is there's no basement to look in. And since there's nothing really on the first floor, again, I mentioned this, yeah, the second floor isn't that big compared to the first floor. But there's a good chance the ghost is around here somewhere. Well, I guess I'm not gonna get a ghost in here. Can you light? Oh, there's no wood in there. I really wonder how the remake is gonna work, because I should look at the screenshots more, but I don't know if there's gonna be power. I don't know if there's even gonna. They said it was gonna look familiar, but be very different. And there's gonna be a chicken coop, so maybe you can go out like in the backyard. Speaking of the backyard, let's take a look out there. The pumpkins, which I kind of forget are here. Wow. You don't ever really walk out here too much. Oh my god, that is a cool shot. But, yeah, all these like back entrances, these are good for like if you need to just get out of the house after a hunt. But usually, like even me, I just rely on using the front door. Can you walk all the way around here? Is this just... Oh my god, there is still stuff out here. Wow, I didn't even realize all this stuff was out here. Still a jack-o'-lantern. I guess you can just walk all the way around. I never really thought to bother. I don't know why you would. For like a bigger map, that might be helpful to walk all the way around. Like what if somehow on the Bleasdale you could, but again on the Bleasdale you can actually go outside as a part of the map, so I'm sure that's how it'll work on the new Grafton. Maybe we should actually get back in the map though and look for the ghost. And yeah, if we're not hearing anything on the first floor, I guess I did want to just take this as one last opportunity to kind of appreciate this version of the map. Can we get some lights on? Oh my god, that is cool how the moon lines up with that. I'm glad we got just a normal night for this. I like all the different weather types, really. I'm surprised like weather could make that much of a difference. Hell, I remember when weather wasn't even a thing in this game when they were talking about adding it. This game has come a long way and it's gonna go a long way. I mentioned this before, but it seems like they're really getting good at doing updates and they're getting really quick and efficient with their development. So if that stays the case, like we're gonna be getting updates sooner rather than later, which is, you know, the only thing everyone's been asking for. Are we gonna get a ghost in the same room? Or were we dealing with a shade? I'm kind of glad we did get a less active ghost. I'm not really looking for hiding spots. We got one there. And again, we got this one, so maybe I'll be alright. Oh, we didn't really look around here though, did we? Did we ever find... I don't think we found... Oh, we found the music box. Whenever I find the cursed item early, I tend to forget about it. But usually I can just look at the photo and remind me. Are you back here? Otherwise, you're in the attic. No hiding spot, no breath. Are we going back to the attic again? Oh well. Kinda wish we could have another Because even like little spots like this, you know, I don't think too much about. It's just a table in the corner, but you know, some little details that I guess we're gonna lose, but hopefully gain so much more. Again, these were, you know, placeholder maps. These were made by DK, who wasn't even like the artist. These are just, you know, very early. They were, you know, Unity store assets, and this game, as I just said, has come a long way, but it will also go a long way. Because they've talked about remaking all the maps, making their own ghost models, making this game their own. Now that they have their own art team, and they're putting all that money they made from this game back into the game. They got the console version out, and now it's just like we can focus on everything. And there's still some stuff I need to talk about, like a certain Phasmophobia movie, but that'll be a topic of conversation for another day. I do want to see, did I get my wish, and maybe the room is actually that room, as long as I don't see my breath in here. Now, there is a chance I could run in here and just jump in that locker. Otherwise, this is the same setup as before. So that's how I really feel about Grafton. Is I like the map, but I ended up just kind of doing the same thing. Every time I play this map, it's like a ghost on the second floor, and then I just hide here. Or it's like a ghost back there, but in true Phasmophobia fashion, I tend to have a hard time getting different rooms, you know. So I don't know why Phasmophobia has always wanted to give you the same ghost rooms, but maybe this is the ghost room, because I did see this throne. So, Harold, are you here? You want to give me a sign, Harold? Okay. Well, again, instead of taking a photo of the door, I'll just take a photo of the EMF. Alright, I don't have much to work with, so I'm gonna go get equipment. I figured we'd get the tier 3, the new tier 3 thermometer in there since it was cold. Not much we can do with it other than just look for the temperature. But maybe we'll get the salt in here and look for footprints, do something a little different. Not freezing just yet, also 1.1 though, we're getting low. This is way better than the tier 2 though, because it's just better, it's just faster. Okay, really low, really close to freezing. I turn that off for now, and we'll try the same strategy I did last time. Now, I wish, is there a way to rotate this, or, with certain items, when you're placing them, you can rotate them. But, I think it would be the clicks, but either way, it doesn't matter. Just wanted to see if I could. But you can rotate other stuff when you're placing it down. Like the camera. Oh, here it is. Do I have something? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, when you're placing this, you can rotate it. But when you're placing this, no, you cannot rotate it. Interesting. I guess it doesn't really matter too much, but I guess if you just wanted to place it exactly how you wanted it, it'll get the job done, though. Alright, Harold, give us a sign. I've turned out the lights, and we're looking for you. This is technically a hiding spot, although it's maybe not the greatest one. Did you... No, I turned that light on. Harold, give us a sign. Ghost orb? Oh, wait a minute. There weren't ghosts and orbs in here the whole time. Is this a mimic? I was looking in here for a good amount of time and didn't see the ghost orbs, and now they're back in here. So maybe Harold left and took them with him? I guess I wasn't looking in here too long. We'll find out. Harold, give us a sign. Anything. I think the only thing I have is the ghost orb. Harold, are you here? I actually didn't even remotely look at my sanity. Could this be a shade? Do shades have ghost orbs? No. No matter what, it's behaving like a shade. Yeah, they did make ghost orbs a lot better though, didn't they? They're a lot bigger and brighter and pretty obvious. Okay, if we're not gonna get anything, I'm just gonna go forcefully get some stuff like motion sensor. Yeah, I'll get the UV and the salt, like I said, and maybe the motion sensor in here, or just maybe just the motion sensor for now to see where he's at. Right, I forgot we have the tier 3 salt now. So I think there is only 3 uses of this still, but this like makes the ghost just not move at all during a hunt. So it might be a good idea to place some of this around the doorway. This is the kind of stuff you need when you start like filming the ghost during a hunt. So I don't know, I want to get into it, but I also just want to play the game. But like, I mentioned how the tier 3 stuff should cost more. I'm not filming any of this. The tier 3 stuff should cost more than the tier 1 stuff. And especially now, the tier 3 stuff helps you get the more worthwhile media. So I still think like the tier 3 stuff should be more expensive because you're risking using the more expensive stuff. I mean, the salt's always consumed, but it just, I don't know, it seems like it would make more sense. And it just seems like there's more to it now that you can use the tier 3 stuff to make it easier to get the higher, you know, media tiers. Like you can use this to stop a ghost and then film it and get the money for filming it easier. So I don't know. And I know it sounds weird to like want to spend more money on stuff, but I just feel like there's a certain economy that could be here. It could be more in depth. Also, this guy is the ultimate shade that isn't a shade. Did you walk through? No, you didn't walk through that at least. Oh, yeah, you did. And since you did, I didn't see the UV from the first one, so I don't think we're getting UV. Now I'm going to do something I don't normally do, but we're going to go ahead and rule out that UV. At least we did that, though. Harold, please give us a sign. No, it's so hard to get those lights flickering. You gotta really just be filming the lights as they flicker almost. Alright. Got a couple things. No UV to take photos of. So, okay. Can't film that, but yeah, no UV. So we're gonna make sure that UV is gone. And if there's no UV, pretty sure that does mean, yeah, it's not Mimic. Breaker's out. Still don't have my headlamp. Oh well, I don't need it. Let me check the temperature. Is it freezing yet? Maybe I should leave the breaker off and see if it goes down to freezing. Okay, I'm gonna go hit the breaker and then we'll come back with more equipment. And since I don't have a flashlight, I'm just gonna go with this one. Alright, I took 1 sanity. Oh, yes, I grabbed my headlamp. I'm gonna leave my flashlight down here. I'm gonna get the other evidence in here and maybe start working on the sound recordings. Since we have a smaller room to work with, if he's not roaming that much, you seem to kind of want to roam into the other room, the attic here. I'm gonna try and keep my stuff here. I'm gonna check this one more time. Is it freezing or not? No, it's not. Alright. I didn't... Good. Good. Okay. I'm gonna try and keep my sanity. I didn't know what I was gonna do for photos, so there's at least one. Since you're here, are you friendly? Are you close?
Get away.
Okay. Onryo yokai or mare. Okay, if it's a mare, turn this light on. If it's yokai, I don't like talking near it. No, I almost had it. Almost, yeah, right. Okay. Please, let's slow down. I wanted to enjoy my last game at Grafton here. So, I could try and get a sound recording off that. That is just from the event. What do I have? I did film the fire. So, I'm gonna pick this up. Try and maybe get... I dropped... No, I didn't. Maybe we will record the sound of this. So do I have any sounds now? Harold, give us a sign. That was the van out there. I thought that may have been the door, but it's the van way out here. Harold, why are you out here? Let's just head back to your room, maybe. Did it have salt at the doorway? I can't really tell if he... Yeah, okay, he definitely walked in that. Well, I asked for a slower game. The other ghost was kind of, well, he was not giving me the last evidence, even though it gave me the evidence at the very beginning of the game, but I was too stupid to remember. Thinking it's Mare. It's Onryo. It probably would have been more annoyed by the candle. Are you here? I'm gonna try something. Are you here?
Taken away.
Alright. And then we got another one. Are we good here? Alright. No, that was 2. I thought I had 3. Okay, well, either way. 2 sounds. I have a feeling it's a mare, but I don't know. Could be yokai. I kind of want to start talking. I'm gonna hold my mic open. And we're gonna see if we get hunted. Because I recently had a yokai hunt me for talking. I'm just gonna keep talking to the yokai. Do I need this? No, we still, yeah. Trying to record the sound of the candle if it goes out. Harold, please give us a sign. You know, we haven't even turned on the radio or anything. He seems to be roaming. I'm gonna run. Do I have my video camera? No! I need to... Because I don't even have either of these filled up, so I gotta have one of them on me. I get the opportunities and then I squander them. Because I was focusing on the sound. As long as I can switch to the camera. Yeah. The only thing I can't take a photo of is the ghost. That lowered my sanity. I'm gonna just check freezing again, why not? Can it even be freezing? Oh no, it's going up a little bit. Could be just because he left the room. It's warming up though. Yeah, see, it's 10 out here, and it's warming up in here. Did you really roam out here and just say, screw it, this is my room now? You're not in here, are you? No. Okay, we're gonna move the operation out here. Because I think old Harold has moved on to a new room. At least this way, if he roams in between here, we'll get him. Keep the sound. Actually, move the sound over here. Grab the video. I'm gonna keep looking at that temperature. Because one room keeps getting colder. Alright, I'm gonna have the 3 things I have on me now are all media. I still haven't figured out what this ghost is, and I'm still trying to get all the media. Okay, I'm gonna hit the light. I'm actually gonna drop my stuff here and try and leave. I need to see what my sanity is. Please let me leave, because I want to try and figure this out. Okay, again, we're getting a ghost that does not want to give the last evidence. And I think we would have seen dots. He hasn't tossed the writing book. It's been really close to freezing. Freezing would be Onryo. Writing would be Mare. And yokai would be dots, which we've not seen dots. Let me go check my sanity. I'm probably going to just take sanity and last as long as I can until we run out. There, I'm just going to take that one. We'll be good. I need to do paranormal. Mike. Okay, what can help me figure out... We need the other book. Could be dots, so maybe I'll just set up the dots in there. And then I'll get a crucifix just in case. But I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm going to pay attention to those temperatures. Even on professional, it seems like ghosts are changing their room more than they used to. Alright, here's a book. And as I come back, we see... Dude, that is so creepy. I love stuff like that. Even this last update has done a good job. I mentioned it before, but I thought like they legitimately weren't gonna make the game scarier until Horror 2.0, but I'm glad they decided against that, if that even was their decision. Okay, I see all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna put this here so I have maybe opportunity to get in there. I dropped all my stuff here. There's a photo. You only need one more. I don't know, once again, what did I have a photo of last time? Oh, if only I could film that, which I can. Nah. Oh well. Okay. This is what happens when you start doing things way too quickly. You get too many things in here, and this is why you gotta figure out stuff first. Okay, look, we have writing. It is a mare. I had a weird feeling it was gonna be a mare. It didn't seem like Onryo, and maybe it was a little mad at me for being a yokai, but... Alright, we do have this. Don't need it. We need 2 more video, and then 1 more photo. So I guess we're gonna have to burn up the crucifix. That's what it was. Alright, well, I'll get the other crucifix in here. Maybe we're gonna have to start getting hunted. Now we have the music box. I could take a photo of the ghost with the music box, but I already have a photo of the ghost, so that's not gonna help. If somehow I could record the ghost, I don't know. I kinda wanna have a good game here on Grafton, you know, I don't wanna just die just for the sake of dying. Bring this in here. Speaking of, I was gonna look at these. 3 degrees. I'm not seeing my breath though. And yeah, you moved out of this room. Alright. I'm gonna put this crucifix on this side. And I'm gonna put the other crucifix covering the rest. I'm actually gonna... Oh god, where did that crucifix go? It's right there. I'm gonna put that about in the middle. Get the other crucifix, put it over there. And we're gonna just turn out the lights. Maybe we'll use this as a glow-in-the-dark light. Just leave that at the staircase. Ooh! I forgot there was a little candle up here. Ah, dude, come on. Right on top of me. It's like I backed into him. He did that just to distract me. Also, no lights. It's a mare, of course there's no lights. Can you not touch my camera? Speaking of though, maybe you were telling me what I need to do. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, the ghost orbs have moved into here. Alright. I'm gonna put that here. This has been a little crazy. I'm getting so backwards. I'm gonna drop this. Let's go see. I'm gonna get maybe smudges in here and the other crucifix. Now, we need 2 more things to film. So, I gotta get the motion sensor in here. I could maybe get lucky and film the crucifix burning. I'm gonna leave my sanity. So, we could try and do salt, crucifix, and then 1 smudge. So, I don't know. Let's just go for the crazier stuff. I'm gonna try and film a crucifix burning. I'm gonna try and take a photo of one, which should do it for the photos. And then, I don't know, motion sensor or what? The salt. Did I get... Yeah, I did get disturbed salt. Okay, so we're gonna have to go in with motion sensor then. Ghost orbs, fire extinguish, disturbed salt. Then we're gonna get... maybe crucifix if we're lucky, and then motion sensor, or another event, or somehow maybe film the ghost. I do want to get the other salt in here, but now of course everything's dark. Alright, I'm gonna put this back over in this corner. I don't know what that EMF 3 is from. Alright, this should cover pretty much everything. Okay. If I hear one of those crucifixes getting burned, I'm gonna be able to turn around and film it. Whoa. Object thrown. I was looking at the ghost orb. Okay, there's an object. I kind of forgot. That was one I was forgetting. There's a lot of simple ones that you gotta remember to go for if the ghost doesn't want to do anything else. Alright, the lights are out, and I'm just above 60. Maybe if I stay in the dark long enough, or maybe have enough items thrown at me, I'll lose my sanity. When it comes to the photo, I am gonna pick this up. So I got everything. Damn it. Alright, well, I should get another opportunity for that. I just need the 1 photo, 2 video. Oh my god. Or even unprofessional, some of these games can go nuts, especially now that they're wanting to, like, change their rooms. But I'm getting more and more used to that. Did you just throw this guy or teleport him? think you teleported the one I had out here, and I probably saw that, and I was probably on recording, but I didn't see it. Okay. If you're gonna do this, I need to stay near the motion sensor. Give us a sign, Harold. I don't know why this one's... I mean, it's the rooms, you know. Just having really different layouts for rooms can make things... All I have to do is get, you know, my other motion sensors in here. Maybe we'll just do that. Alright. So much for filming that. At least I get a photo. Alright, photos are good. I'm done with photos, correct? Yes. I still need to do paramic. What'd you do with my camera? Oh, I'm glad I did that. Okay. If I can, I'm gonna drop my stuff and leave again. Okay. Oh, motion sensor, object thrown, fire extinguished, ghost orbs, and disturb salt. Like all the cheap ones you could get. All photos. Paramic is the only thing left I need to do. So, I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna do the paramic. And then maybe for fun, I will use the music box and just try and see the ghost. Oh my god. Okay, well, we have 2 more of these. The only thing I can do is go in there and sit with a paramic. So I'm gonna try and do it just for the sake of doing it. I kind of wish I hadn't taken my sanity. I mean, this mirror will probably lower it. Alright, got 2 smudges. Guess I'll have my headlamp on. Well, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna just sit back here and hope I get a ghost sound. And if we get hunted... Okay. At least I got what I wanted. So, look, here's what we'll do. For the final time on Grafton here, I do want to get hunted and kind of survive something crazy. So what I'm going to do, take one last look around, because again, I don't think I'm going to be playing this again until the update. It's just so wonderful of a coincidence that I didn't play this yesterday, and then this morning I saw the developer update, so it's super fitting. I think this is going to be our final goodbye to the old Grafton. Take one last look around. All these rooms. I mean, I've had a ghost in this room multiple times. I remember making a video of a ghost in this room. Alright, I'm not going to walk through the whole house, but we'll just take a couple last little peeks. What I'm going to do now, take my smudges. I'm going to turn off my headlamp just to be safe. Alright, where can I go? Was this hiding spot here? I don't think it was. Was it? Oh, it is. Okay. So then see, it's blocked off there, but that one, alright. Here's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and, somewhere around this corner, get the ghost and maybe walk down the stairs. Either way, I'm not going to take a photo because there's no reason to. I just want to see the ghost, and then maybe I'll smudge the ghost around here, and then I'm going to try and run off and hide. But I'm just going to try and survive one last ghost hunt here at the original Grafton. Maybe I'll run through there. Again, I just want to, you know, take it all in, you know. With the lights on, with how, oops, well, I guess I'll hold this. With how good it looks, the lighting, like I mentioned, I got all the lighting really good. So, I might have to turn that down if we're getting lag. The lag, like, goes away. It's just I have a few lag spikes at the beginning, but it's been fine ever since. Alright, one last final look around. I want to look around, especially with the lights on now. Just want to appreciate old Grafton one last time. At least I'll have this video I can always go back to and watch. Alright. Look in here. The bedroom, I can't even really remember having a ghost in this room. I feel like I remember having a ghost back in this bathroom one time. But even back here, I never really remember having a ghost. Green tea, shampoo, I didn't even notice some of these things. I wonder if those are like updated models. I don't think they've always been that way. I remember this bug spray though, the ant killer. Alright. Well, one final walkthrough. Just trying to take it all in and enjoy. I like how it looks with the lighting, and when we walked through the first time, the lights were out, so I kind of want to enjoy it. This is another room I kind of remember having a ghost in when I first played this game. The twin beds. I remember getting a phone call. I think there's a phone here. I do have my headlamp still. And then also back here, I remember getting a ghost back here and messing with all the... There's a bunch of balls back here and the teddy bear and bunny. I think there was a ball. Oh yeah, it's one over there. Alright, did I not even hit the light for this? Alrighty, look. We looked around. There's the box for the CCTV. You know what, that is... I do have a memory of this. One time, I don't know if this was on recording even, but I remember walking in here in the dark, and this door was closed. I'm gonna try and go back. I walked in here in the dark. Let's just say I had my flashlight on or something. And I was like right here, and the door just slowly opened, and the light was on. So I was just standing like right here, and that door opened with the light on. That was just one of the greatest moments. So I'm hoping for a lot more stuff like that to come, especially, you know, on the new Grafton. But alright, I think we've done enough reminiscing. I did want to just take one last moment here, because I didn't really do this with Bleasdale. We played Bleasdale one last time, but I didn't really just take one last look around and actually say goodbye. So let's say goodbye. The foghorn. Is he back in that room? Man, I think he actually is back in that room. See how close we can get. Alright. We're gonna do the stare down. I'm gonna try and splash him back here. And then we'll see how we can escape. Okay, he's coming this way. I'm gonna hide behind the counter. I forget. Any map that has an island like this is really powerful. I kind of want to see if he sees me. You think he saw me go back here? Oh god, do you think he saw me go back here? Did he? Oh my god. I thought for sure he would have seen me. That was the perfect little spot too to see if he was... I was ready for him to walk through that door. Okay, there, I got what I wanted. One last little crazy moment on Grafton. I'm gonna say goodbye. Let's get out of here. Alright, Grafton. The original Grafton, the one that I was more afraid of than Bleasdale, but everyone said was the easier map. Even though there's some big rooms. Like, having a bigger room can make it harder to get evidence, and then you can get caught off guard, so... I'm not saying big rooms are bad, but I still think it was more difficult than Bleasdale in some ways. Bleasdale is harder because it wasn't as open. There's looping opportunities here, kind of like even I did, you know, seeing him. I don't know, I like doing fun, stupid stuff like that, so... I'm glad we had one last little opportunity here, and again, what are the odds that on the day I'm just going to play Grafton, they announce that only, you know, less than a week, we're going to get the rework, so... Alright, this is final goodbye, Grafton. I will see you all back on the stat screen. By the way, that recording was 36 minutes, so unless I forgot to do a third recording, that was a long-ass game. Let me see. Maybe that was just a really long game. And it was a
Welcome back. I've got some
Oh, I thought I got $100 there for a second. Okay. 35 minutes. Okay, that was a longer game than I thought it was. What about abilities? 0. Only 1 hunt in 35 minutes, and the bone was in storage, so I guess that's what it's called. Is storage the attic, like the upstairs storage, or is the storage like the workshop? I think the workshop is the one that's off the kitchen. Well, it doesn't really matter because the map's going to get reworked anyway. Alright. That was a good finale though, 35 minutes. Alright, that was the goodbye to Grafton. Now, the next map is going to be the final small map, which is Woodwind. That's going to be a fun one. I talked about how I haven't been dying a lot lately. I have a bad feeling for Woodwind. I'm not sure how I'm going to do there. But anyway, that was goodbye Grafton. So if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.